Stop chasing. Listen, today I'm going to talk about the winner's mindset and the loser's mindset and the difference between it. All right. In the Prosperity Collective, the group that we have where we train people how to trade and become successful and profitable investors, we were doing a work session in the group the other day. And at the end of it, I told people, I said, when you hear the whole saying that 95% of traders lose money, what does that do to you? Right? And the fact that only 5% make money, like what does that do to you? Right? The way that you respond to statistics is going to tell you what your mindset is. It's going to let you know if you have a winner's mindset or a loser's mindset. If you have a loser's mindset, it's okay. We can always fix that. All right, we can always, as long as you have awareness around your thought process, it is fixable, right? You start to lose when you don't have the awareness. Now, when people say that 95% of traders lose money, what they fail to realize is, one, anybody can just open up a brokerage account and start trading. You don't have to, you don't have to pass a test and all this stuff. Like, there's little requirements that certain brokerages ask, but for the most part, they allow, virtually anybody to trade. So what that can invite is a bunch of people who are not taking it seriously, right? It's no different than, just doing something else recreationally, right? You may not be really putting your all into it. You may not be doing it to truly win, or that first, little hiccup that you get, or that first loss that you get, you decide to be done with it. So it's not a seriousness thing. So that rules out a lot of people. You got people that may only trade for a day. They may only trade for a week. They may only trade for, a month or whatever. And what all of that does is it creates this situation where you essentially are like looking at a large group of people who just didn't try. So that's where that 95% is coming from. All right. Then there's a whole 5% of people who actually do take the time to learn the skills and stuff like that. But what I want to do is I want to flip that statistic, right? The winner's mindset is focusing on the 5%. The loser's mindset is focusing on the 95%. So yes, 95% is a large number, right? It's a large percentage. And some may feel like, damn, I have a higher chance of falling into that category. But that's not true, right? The way that you have a higher chance of falling into the winners category is to study the winners. So even though it's a small percentage of people that are that, the question is, what are they doing, right? What are they doing every day that makes them win? And also you can look at what are the losers not doing, right? There's little details, right? Little nuances. I'll tell you a few of them. The 5% is journaling their trades. The 5% is reflecting on their week and managing their P&L. The 5% is studying. The 5% is a part of a trading community. The 5% is making sure that they're back testing to see that their strategies are working. The 5% is exercising risk management. The 5% knows that if they lose, a lot of times it's their fault. And they track this to determine whether or not it was their fault or not. But the 5% is also able to identify if something was an error of theirs or if it was just the probability working itself out. So if you're a part of the 5%, you're taking high probability trades, meaning that it's most likely going to work out, maybe 70, 80, 90% of the time. But you also are aware that there are some times that it will not work out. All right. So the 5% is aware of that, and they don't take anything personal when they've done their due diligence and made the right decision and it still didn't work out, right? This keeps them in the game and unemotional, right? The 5% is not getting bent out of shape and throwing a tantrum when they lose. The 5% is not revenge trading. The 5% is not over leveraging. They're responsible, right? That's who you need to study, right? You need to have these good habits. That's going to lead you to the 5%. Now, I'm willing to bet that 95% of that 5% is doing that. So all you have to do is mimic those qualities and you too will be in the 5%. Now, if you approach trading without any sort of seriousness, without any sort of integrity or responsibility, you will find yourself easily in that 95%. All right? So the choice is yours. Do you have a winner's mindset or a loser's mindset? Are you going to fall victim to what most people are going to do and be lazy and not really take this serious? Or are you going to buckle down and make sure you study the winners and adopt that winner's mindset and ultimately become a winner? All right? It's always love over here. I appreciate you guys checking this out. Listen, if this was helpful, hit that like button. All right? Hit the subscribe button to get more videos like this. Also, I go live every day, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. Okay, we got a lot of game in there. Just today, we took 2 trades, right? All week, we've been on fire. We hit 100% on NVIDIA, 30% on Shop. Some people caught 500, 600, 700%. I'll post some of the, some of the profits in here so you know I'm not bluffing. All right, but catch me on live. I'm trying to tell you, it's better game than what you can pay for with any of these other guys. I'm gonna be real with you. All right. Remember, invest smart, live free. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.